I am playing Lori Sullenberger, who is married to Sully Sullenberger, and she is home in Danville, California, when this flight took off from LaGuardia and then ended up in the Hudson. So she had no idea it had happened until she received a phone call from her husband saying that he wouldn't be there for dinner. And it took her a while to sort of figure out what was going on. She learned very quickly, of course, because it was just all over the news, and their lives changed instantly. She was removed from all of it. So she was, her contact with him was on the phone, which I can't imagine, knowing that, your spouse had been through something as unusual and traumatic as that, and now famous as that, and not being able to see them for several days until he was able to come home. So she's on the phone. She gets his voice, and she gets to watch him on television, but that's about it. When someone as wonderful as Clint Eastwood asks you to be a part of something, and I've been so fortunate to work with him a few times, you just jump in. You just know you're going to have a great time, that it's going to be interesting material, that you're going to be working with great people, that you'll be reunited with a crew who works so beautifully together and is so good to you while you're working. And Clint creates an atmosphere quietly and elegantly that is, it's just a joy. It's just, and you'll hear it over and over and over again. It's just, it's heaven being on his sets. There's no one as big and as strong and who's held that capacity for so long and continues to do work on a very high level. And everyone still wants to work with him. Everyone. I don't know many people who've turned down a Clint Eastwood movie. It had to have been him. I don't know many other people who could have pulled that off, who could have executed that landing with such skill and with such knowledge behind him, sort of guiding him and guiding his instincts. It wasn't instant pudding. It wasn't just a guy who was able to land a plane. This was a man who worked and loved aviation for decades, and it all paid off. It just is a good lesson, and if you work very hard, a lot of things can happen.